Ha, let's go.
Look who's back. Back from backpacking through Europe.
Yeah, dude. Just me and my 3 pair of underwear and my cast iron pan.
Okay. My man was discovering himself.
Yeah, certainly. I discovered a lot on that trip, actually.
we will get to all of it. Welcome to another episode.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.
My name is Christian Polanco.
That's right.
I'm Alexis Guerrero.
Bro, the voice is very hard to understand. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that the robot one?
No,
Yeah,
that
was the evil dark.
Oh, was it?
That was the, you're in witness protection voice.
How fitting. I'm Alexis Guerrero's.
So I did realize when I heard it back, the robot one is definitely much harder to
No,
understand.
you can't understand a word of
can't
it.
understand it at all.
But I think the other ones are a little bit clearer. But let us know if you hate the voices, or if
Can we adjust them?
We can adjust the settings.
Yeah, we got to slide that robot down from like Elon Musk's only friends to Siri's uncle.
Right. Okay, the robot is very open AI right now. We need to tone it down.
We're learning.
We need it to be Google Bard.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Damn. Bard.
So
they should have Google bars, though. It's an AI that just raps the answers you ask, the questions you ask.
Yo, don't talk about Drake's Ghostwriter like that.
Yeah. Actually, from last few tracks, you could probably use one. Get yourself a Google bars, dog.
So, yes, Alexis was covering Champions League for CBS the past, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. So we'll go through all that experience. We have a lot to go over today. Obviously, the FA Cup was insane. The FA Cup quarterfinals.
Absolute wild.
Because they're usually not that insane, but they were quite insane.
The magic of the cup is back, baby.
That's it, right? They're pouring that magic dust everywhere.
Haji, right. Haji, right.
Okay. America is out here
Bro,
shining at the FA Cup.
Fixing your FA Cup, dog.
Okay. You're welcome, FA
Actually,
Cup.
America, Chelsea, American owner, Manchester United,
Sure.
American owner, Haji Wright, American himself.
Exactly. I mean, look, also, America has been involved in several L's recently.
No. It's not just a consistent string of W's.
We're talking
But
about
in this competition specifically.
In soccer, they're doing all right.
In this competition, America's shining bright.
Pulisic scoring 4 in a row for AC Milan. So we'll talk some FA Cup. A wild MLS weekend. NWSL had their opening weekend as well. I was at the Challenge Cup, so we'll talk about that as well. And so let's get started because Jenna Tonelli and Stefano Fassaro were on the show last week.
They both did their thing, by the way.
Crushing it. But while
he had Taylor Rockwell too the week before. He was there.
Taylor Rockwell.
Look at that.
I shot him a message, by the way. I haven't heard an episode of TSS in a long time. And I was like, yo, I haven't heard in a while. I had an hour and a half drive home a couple weeks ago, so I just threw one on. Bro, they're still doing it, man.
Still doing it, bro.
Bro, they're killing it right now, too. Like, I had to send him a text message. I'm like, bro, you absolutely doing a great job, man. They just do a great job.
I'll just add this. TSS needs to do video because people don't know what these guys look like.
Oh, no, that would ruin their ratings. If you knew what these people look like.
Get on YouTube, bro.
Nah.
They do great work, great coverage of the sport all over the world, and everybody's like, I thought Ryan was Taylor when I saw when you see their photos or whatever.
I didn't know you had a beard. It's a lot of that.
It's a lot of that. Okay, so shout out to them. But then you went to London and
I went to Amsterdam first.
Okay,
and then took the train to Eindhoven. Spoke to the homies,
Right,
Malik Tillman.
Is
Ricardo
that out
Pepe.
already? That came out?
No, it's coming out. It's coming out.
Okay.
But I already talked about it. So
right.
And then Ernie Stewart as well. They played a clip of all this. Absolute Ernie Stewart, so cool.
Awesome.
He was a little standoffish at first, as any director of football would be when there's media.
USMNT legend.
Yeah, a USMNT legend. I said, yo, Ernie, what an honor to meet you. And then he introduced himself to everyone else as Ernest. And I was like, yo, did I mess up? So I pulled him aside. I'm like, hey, man, you need to tell me right now if it's Ernie or Ernest. Because I just know you as Ernie.
Yeah.
And he goes, where is this airing? I said in the U.S. He goes, no, Ernie's fine.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, at work, you Ernest, and which I respect because he's the boss.
Also, quite earnest of him to be quite earnest with you.
Yeah. It's just Ernest all around. But he was like, nah. And then I forgot what happened. We had to redo the hello. So the producer was like, how good is your acting to him? And I came out and he goes, hey, man, your acting was actually very good. I was like, oh yeah, I've acted before. I've done voiceover acting and stuff. I was on BoJack Horseman. He's like, what? Why? And I go, because I was a professional comedian. Like, you have to do other things. He goes, why are you, wait, no one told me this was like and I said, no, don't worry about it. I work for CBS. I'm a football analyst for them as well. Yeah, but I'm a comedian. And he goes, what?
Yeah.
He was just like,
in Europe,
could someone have told me this? You know, prepared me?
in Europe, our job makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, and people are not used to it.
People like, how would
you can be a funny analyst. But if you are
the ratio's the other way.
you can, or an analyst who is funny.
Yeah. But if you are a funny
person
guy,
who knows the game,
they're just like, this is too much.
Hold on, slow it down. What's all this about?
Whoa! Did you run this through Google Bars by any chance?
Why are we poisoning our beautiful game with people like this?
No, but an analyst, so they're like, man, he should try stand up. That's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Why didn't Micah get up at secret comedy or whatever?
Top secret comedy. He should have. I think he's got the goods.
They would have supported him. Okay.
I just think he's a funny guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you say he got the goods, it sounds like you're talking about something else.
Yeah, I think the audience would just be so locked in on staring at the goods. No, but I think he's got the gift. I think he knows how to tell a story.
Sure.
And I like comics that laugh at their own jokes. I like that.
You like that?
I do like that.
I don't hate it, but
I don't like it when it's not funny. You know when it's like so funny you also want to join in?
Yeah.
That's the good one. But when all you hear is them laughing.
Who's Micah closest to out of the comedians that we know?
Romesh Ranganathan. They did a show together.
Closest, meaning like, no, but not in like style of comedy.
Oh, no. No.
I'm like, if Micah was a current stand-up comedian, who would he be?
That's actually a great question.
Because I'm thinking like,
let us know.
I'm thinking like Bobby Kelly. Like a little bit, a bigger personality, kind of brash.
Big noises.
Loud. A lot of personality, yeah. That's the first person that comes to mind, but
yeah,
please.
But he's so much better on camera than Bobby Kelly.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I mean, they do different jobs.
Yeah, very much so. Okay. They've been asked to do different things.
So let us know. Tweet at us, send us
Bobby
messages.
Kelly got range, though. He played a Puerto Rican security guard in a TV show.
Okay. Micah, can you be a Puerto Rican security guard? I don't know.
Hurry up. You got 24 hours to respond.
Send us your audition tape.
Yeah, send us a live read. A self-tape.
You being a Puerto Rican security guard.
I would love to see what that is.
Okay, so let's get to it because a lot of people, obviously, they saw the clip. They saw you at the Champions League desk after the game.
The clip.
Yeah. And I'll play the clip and we'll react to it as it's happening. But that's Alexis was at the Champions League table.
So this was the end of the show. There was a part before, just to give you context, where I had no ears. You can see my IFB there now in my ear.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything in my ear, so I couldn't hear what was happening. I was quite upset about it after it was over because I'm like, I would love to interact with the desk.
Yeah.
But if I can't, I couldn't even hear Jamie. I'm standing between Henri and Jamie was talking to me directly to my face, and I could not hear I had to read his lips.
Wow.
But he has a Scouse accent. I'm like, well, this guy's just saying consonants. This guy hasn't mouthed a vowel the entire time. I was like, I got no idea what my guy is saying.
Yeah. All right. So this is after the game. This is and it's clearly what is it? So after Arsenal,
so this is post game. So you can
Post-game.
see the stadium is empty now. Everyone's been let out. We're really it's us and I think there's like two other broadcast people on the other side, like a little bit further down the pitch towards the middle. So there's really no one left. Like security's just kind of hanging out, watching the show, waiting for us to leave so they can make sure no one runs back in. So this was
all
like
the Puerto Rican security guards.
Hey, hermano.
Oh, cubano acá.
¿Qué está pasando, so this was like hey, let's get you back up there and give you like a real opportunity at the desk versus what happened before. And everyone apologized profusely afterwards. I was just upset because you know how that is sometimes. You get a big opportunity and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be on the show. And then there's like, oh, everyone else could hear except you. And that's really important because we played a set. And I didn't know what clip it was. So I needed to hear the bit.
Right.
So I needed to kind of react
This
to
was the last time you were in the studio you're talking about? Or?
No, this was earlier in the show.
Oh, okay.
So this clip you're about to play is from after the game. The previous time I was on was before the game. I was on pregame.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they played a clip of me performing stand-up, and I couldn't hear what was happening.
Okay, so let's play a little bit of it. And if people, hair became an issue during this day about haircuts.
Here's how I found out, though. I didn't know that until this moment right now that hair was a topic on the show. So to me, this came out of left field.
Okay, so let's hear some of it.
I like that wave. Is that a wave? What is it? How do you call that?
Can we pause that for a second?
This is the haircut.
You want to do it? Can we do it this way? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Pause it? See, he started with, "Hey, I like that wave," and I thought, "Oh, here comes a compliment." You know?
He's setting me up, buttering me up for a bigger compliment.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a shit sandwich? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I've heard of a shit sandwich.
It's where you give it. The bread is the compliment. So you start with a compliment, you give them the bad news, and then you finish with a compliment.
Right.
That's what was happening here. I just got the top bun on the poo-poo, the poo-poo panini, if you will.
Okay, so here goes. Henry starting it off.
I like that wave. Is that a wave? What is it? How do you call that?
This is the haircut that makes my mother proud. Look at this. I look like
the way it kind of comes down and then goes loops back around.
You
Yeah.
jealous, bro? I mean, we could go to Turkey if you want.
Whoa. Not at all. Not
He
at all.
said turkey.
We could go Turkey if you really
Not
want.
at all. Not at all.
All right.
Okay, we got to stop it right there. And we see
The faces.
the two faces.
Iconic. First of all, what you see there is the face of absolute dread.
My man is smiling. It's not
But my eyes
exactly.
are saying, "Yo, say something, Jamie and Micah."
Get my bag.
Damn, dog.
But this is improv teams support each other.
Someone edit this scene, my guy.
So we're looking at the faces and we see a little. You're blushing a little bit.
A little bit. I'm wearing makeup and I'm blowing through it.
So Henry is.
I mean, you know how this moment is, right?
yes.
We've all, if you've ever,
live television.
but you know, as a comic, where someone gets a joke off on you and you're like, well, you know what I have? Like, my whole body is specifically built. My brain, all of my receptors are built to be able to respond to these moments.
Right.
This is like a heckler getting a good joke off in a show, and
This
you're
is-
like, "Oh, I gotta win the room back."
This is like 15 years of work and preparation
Trauma.
for this moment.
I am the scabs that have healed over these moments.
Performing at dingy basements, laundromats,
Laundromats, Chinese food restaurants where they did not remember they agreed to do a show. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Sex toy shops.
Yes, yeah.
We've been everywhere.
Impromptu sex toy shops. Those are the worst.
Wait, I'm the sex toy?
Damn. No wonder you told me to wear leather. I'm telling you, I have built, my brain fires different. The same way as if I were to kick a ball at Henry and start defend. His brain kicks into, well, I'm going to have to cook you now.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't even think I cooked him so much as well, let me hand you back a piece of some of your medicine.
He's making fun of my pompadour.
Okay, we didn't have to go. I'm really proud of this haircut.
It's a lovely haircut. You have great hair. I
Bro.
mean, it's a thing. I know the source of your confidence a lot of it comes from your hair.
Yeah.
It's great hair. And he's teasing your hairstyle. So
He's teasing the haircut.
Yeah.
So I go, well, let me make fun of your haircut.
I thought it was a great joke, by the way. I thought you got it. When you said it, I was like, oh, that was a good one.
But you guys know me well enough to know when I said it, I put my hand on his arm.
Let
me do this the lightest way possible.
You're also,
but just to show everyone at this desk, hey, try me if you want. But this guy has a statue outside this building. You know what I mean?
It's hard to make fun of the guy that has a statue outside the building you're standing in.
He's one of my idols.
Right
now,
millions of people.
Right now, my coworker. But for me, I don't want to have to joke with the guy like this.
Yeah.
I want the funny back, ha, back and forth, which we've done in the past. We do all the time.
Exactly.
But when he goes, there's a moment where he goes, no, and I don't know if he thought I didn't hear it or he said, I don't think I said no strong enough. He leans over to me. I knew what it felt like to be a center back for Blackburn Rovers. You feel me? Okay. I knew what it felt like to be.
I got to mark who? This must be a mistake.
I knew what it felt like to be a right back for Manchester United. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this man is towering over me. And he is really strong.
Yeah, and you noticed immediately the height difference in his banter back with you.
But if I'm being real, I weigh more than him though. Even though
you
he's taller
got
though.
him there, bro.
Even though he's taller, son.
Let him know. Put him in his place.
We getting wins only out here, fam. Okay, stats is all about how you manipulate it.
When I say I got more pounds than you, I ain't talking about money.
No, we ain't talking about a bank, son. Unless that's where you keep your scales at.
So look, so obviously, I mean, it's clearly like maybe I don't know if it's a sensitive subject or maybe he was just like he's trying to me this is the like, oh, I'm the way I took it and my interpretation was I'm gonna joke back with you like I'm upset, but it's like a sarcastic upset,
right? And
it's like, but on screen it doesn't come off like. Well,
here's the thing. He's French,
right?
So they kind of only show.
Here's the thing: he's French. Yeah, should be a T-shirt.
You know what I mean? He was cool. He was cool after it as well. But there was a moment where even I looked in his eyes and I wasn't 100% sure right away. Yeah. And I think that simply comes from how fast I responded.
Yeah.
With like. And I wasn't just like, you don't have hair. I did it in a way where it was a joke.
The turkey thing.
And it was just like, I think it was a lot. And then I think when everyone else started laughing, except Micah, if you can, if there was a way to put Micah Vision on, Micah Vision was great in this moment, bro. We need a camera just on Micah CBS.
All right, let me place more of it because there's some other fun moments.
Or you could put it on mute and just show it. So that way you could talk over it.
Okay, yeah.
Look at Mike. Micah. He's both of his lips in his mouth. You know? He did this thing.
Yeah.
And he just put his head down and put the mic down. And look, Jamie is enjoying this.
Jamie's enjoying it the most.
Jamie's enjoying it too much. But look how much further Jamie is from me now. He has stepped out of the way and said, I literally have no one has my back right now.
And then Kay is also
holding him back.
Kay has an arm on his elbow.
On Thierry's elbow.
On Thierry's elbow, being like, ha, look, it's clearly we're joking around, we're having a good time. And,
here, just put it on mute so we can talk over it.
Okay. Hold on.
And then hit play. Yeah, look at this. Just look at Micah. Look, he buries his head. I kind of say, look at him. He's like, he wants no visual kind of connection with Henry in the moment. Look at his eyebrows. His eyebrows, shout out.
It may be one of those things where Micah was like, yo, I made this joke before. I can't believe it. Like,
and Micah actually is the one who changes course. He goes, how much do you pay for that?
Right.
Which was what the game was supposed to be. I didn't know this until after, though.
Right.
In this moment, I'm just like, oh, why are we still talking about my head? You know? Like,
what have I done to deserve this?
Man, my favorite team just won the Champions League round, dog. They're moving on, dog. We quarterfinaling. You know?
Yeah, dude. So, no, just...
but look at how far Jamie is from me.
Yeah.
Jamie is letting everyone know, hey, I don't want none of this smoke. Look at Henry's face right now.
It is you going into not necessarily hostile territory.
Oh, it's a tough room.
A foreign environment.
Yeah. And they all get along so well. They're all like, they all understand each other's tics and jokes. And it's a great show to watch. I'm honored to be on the same network. I'm honored to have been a part of it and it got on. So it was cool to get in there. And some people were like, oh, were you upset? I'm like, no, like if you went on and they didn't want to like poke fun with you and stuff, like that means they don't like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this was to me a massive honor. But there was that moment where I'm like, hey man, did I upset Henry? Because that's the one person on the list I don't want to upset.
I'm fine upsetting the other three people.
I got no connection with y'all.
No, it's a look.
Yeah, he was mad cool after that as well. We hung out for a little bit and then they left.
Yeah. More than anything, this is a monumental achievement for any stand-up comedian to be at this desk at a Champions League. This is, this is obviously this is for American audiences, but we all know how much people adore.
There's British accents in the comments whenever they post a clip. You know what I mean?
But it's a lot of people I see all the time in the comments of like, people in England are like, why do we have to get the Sky Sports coverage? Why can't we get this? Like, this is
they're beloved.
Yeah, so that's it says a lot to get this opportunity, and you are. the representation, the representative of stand-up comedy when it comes to soccer coverage on this like global of a scale. And to me, having this little moment, this little banter, awkward moment with Thierry Henry is more memorable than if it was just mad chill.
If it was super hilarious,
analysis of the game or asking you about being an Arsenal fan. This is remarkable because the thing that is amazing and watching it is that and this is why I think people appreciate you or some people may even not like it.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
But it's you talk to Thierry Henry like he's one of the homies. He's just another guy. And people are not used to seeing that.
I said this to you. I'm like, bro, it's like a simple thing. Like, no one gets a free shot. Like, you're a comic. Like, this is what if I tell you I'm a comic, should be my response, right? I can't just be like, I also don't like my hair. That's not, you know what I mean? I would never do that.
Can I kiss your feet, Thierry?
Yeah. Let me just lick one of your fingers, dude. It's like, I'm not that guy. So if you come at me, I got to go back at you. But if I didn't care what you thought, I wouldn't go back at you. You know what I mean? If I didn't respect who you were in any way, shape, or form, I'd be like Klopp and be like, that's a stupid question. You're overweight.
That's right. Yeah. Like if you were upset at someone commenting about your hair or something like that, it would lead to a ridiculous, I think Klopp, even that, running out of it's just, and not only is it's unprofessional to some degree, but it's almost like now you're attracting more attention and more by answering.
But that comes from disdain. It doesn't come from what I'm doing comes from love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like you don't have to love not every journalist and every reporter asks the right question.
There's no perfect question.
There's no perfect, but it's just like, bro, they're trying to do their job too, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
they wanted a clip and you gave it to them. You know what I mean? But like in this situation, this was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was incredible. It was
cool, dude. Do you know what an honor it is to get one of my jokes played? A clip of me performing stand-up.
Yeah.
Look, not the joke I wanted for them to air. So I was a little bit upset about that, but still, just the fact that they were like, "Hey, man, we're gonna film you performing." I'm like, what? To play on that show?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, that's great, man. No,
hey, dude, shouts to everyone. A bunch of followers came, and I was like, oh, all right.
All right.
You get the negative comments, of course, because you're an American talking about the sport. We get it on this.
Sure. No, that's
like, who cares? But the positive comments has been crazy. Some of the DMs I'm getting, absolutely crazy. Shouts to everyone who messaged me.
Shout out to the DMs Alexis is getting.
And also, can I just say, a homie from the old neighborhood from Newark messaged me. I haven't talked to this dude in 2 years. Messaged me on DM and put, "No question, you from Newark." There's no question.
Amazing. So
not even my mama gets a free shot.
So obviously, real quick, obviously you got to see the penalties at the Emirates.
My heart might have
that
stopped
game
5
against
times.
That game against Porto was incredible.
Porto's incredible. Wendell. What an absolute. Also Pepe. Test his P from here on in.
Pepe, not Pepe.
Well, bad.
Ricardo is.
Ricardo Pepe.
You hung out with him beforehand.
Don't test his P. He's good. But Pepe, oh my God. This man was nonstop running. Like, it barely put his hands on his knees at the end of the match either.
Yeah.
This man was just, I felt like I was watching a masterclass on how to defend.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. Porto.
How old is he?
41.
41? I thought he was like 38, 39.
No, he's 41, I think. 40 or 41.
Yeah, 41.
41.
Yeah.
But he
was keeping up with everybody.
And it wasn't even about running to go, like, have to make like a crazy, block or defend or anything. Like, he was running into the right spot to run into to just cause absolute havoc for Arsenal's front line. That was a masterclass. But of course, dude, when it got to the penalties and David Raya made the first save, I literally just like fell into my chair and just held my heart. I was like,
yeah.
Because in that moment, I'm going to have to answer so many questions about this for like 2 weeks. I have to be on the show 2 hours a day and then come here and do this. I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk about Arsenal failing at the last second. And they just came through in the clutch.
Yeah, no, it was quite impressive. And then Dortmund.
Dortmund versus PSV. PSV tried, man.
Yeah, they
got a lot of shots on target, but they just couldn't put it together. But after talking to the PSV guys, I'm like, yo, low key, this might be my team in the Eredivisie, man. Yeah, they were so cool. Dude, I got to spend a free Saturday night in Amsterdam. I ran into Emma Willman. She was
comic?
there. Yeah, she was there with her girl. It was
amazing.
her girl's birthday. We were in the street, and this lady in front of me was moving so slow, bro, and just yipping, bro. She's just having conversation, and it's like a busy area. So I was like, bro, as soon as I can, I'm gonna get around her. So they have like a billion bikes parked, and then there was a moment where there were no bikes, so I went around her, and as I passed her, I heard the way she speaks, which is like she's from New Hampshire, so she has like a very specific accent, and I just turn around real fast, and I'm like, and she goes, whoa. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, what are you doing here?
Oh, it wasn't like you linked up, like intentionally.
No, I just happened to walk past her in public.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. So, by the way, I was like, bro, I just got food. I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to call wifey. I haven't talked to her all day. And then why don't you shoot me a message and we'll link up after. Bro, that was like 9 o'clock. Fell asleep at 10:30. Saturday night in Amsterdam. Everyone's like, oh, Saturday night in Amsterdam, you must have had a crazy time. I'm like, oh, shit, it was lit, bro. There was tzatziki everywhere, dog. And not the way you think, I mean.
All right. So, dope. All right, then, so just we'll wrap up.
Real quick before we leave Champions League, what do we think of the draw for the next round?
Right. So I got that queued up. So Real Madrid against PSG.
Well, this isn't the draw. This is just the teams that qualified.
Oh, this isn't the.
No.
Oh, this is not the draw. Oh, sorry.
No.
Let me get that correct. I thought this was the correct image.
Because Barca plays BVB.
Yep.
Arsenal plays Bayern Munich. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Atletico, my bad. Atletico Madrid plays BVB.
Yeah, Real City.
Barca versus PSG is going to be a good
PSG.
one.
Yeah.
A little Dembele playing his old team. That should be fun. But Arsenal Bayern, that's really obviously the main one because we know the history between Arsenal and Bayern. It has not been great.
Yeah, man. I mean, someone took a screen cap.
So, Arsenal, the last 3 times they faced each other, Bayern won 5-1.
Yeah, it's 15-3.
15-3. Okay, so there are a lot of you got
with no clean sheets. So don't think we scored 3 in one game. Yeah, I don't care. They're a very different Bayern, and we're a very different Arsenal. So,
but Harry Kane back at the Emirates.
He hurt his ankle because he got his foot stuck in the net. Still the same old Harry Kane.
It should be interesting. Bayern, they have their league play has not been pretty. So they obviously a lot is riding on this game. So
I think
I think Arsenal are the better team.
Yeah, I think of all the teams, probably the weakest.
That's like I'm not saying they can't win, but the better team.
I do think
Arsenal are the better team.
Yeah.
I think also
and in better form,
and they have a better manager.
Definitely better form.
Yeah,
and they have a better manager. I think Mikel Arteta is a much better manager than Thomas Tuchel. And I know historically Tuchel has a lot of awards. He's won Champions League before, but I think right now, especially with the way they have their teams playing, I would pick Mikel Arteta over.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very close.
I think so would Bayern Munich, by the way.
Yeah, I do think the second leg at Allianz is going to be very, very difficult for Arsenal. Yeah.
Arsenal need to win big in the first one.
Yeah, they really need to have a convincing win at home. So hopefully,
especially with Bayern 10 points out of top position in Bundesliga.
This is the only trophy they have.
Oh, those fans are going to be show up this. Yeah.
So after Alexis was back from Champions League, we had some big FA Cup matches over the weekend. Obviously, going in from the quarterfinals to the semifinals, lots of big games. Chelsea won, Manchester United won, Coventry City won, and Manchester City won. What do you guys think of the games, how the teams performed?
I mean, Manchester City was the only easy game.
Yeah. 2-0 over Newcastle. Not too, what was it, both goals from Bernardo Silva. Mm-hmm. Not too much of a shock.
No.
But, I mean,
if you're a Newcastle fan.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shock.
I mean, we'll start with just Coventry Wolves. That game at the Molineux.
Wolves were up 2-1 in the 90th minute.
In the 93rd minute.
Yeah. And they lost 3-2.
Even watching the game, I couldn't believe I couldn't believe Coventry played as well as they did throughout the entire game. I think Coventry led the game. They were winning 1-0. Wolves had a fair amount of opportunities, just couldn't finish their chances. Also, the goalkeeper for Coventry made a couple of big saves, but they played well. They just
Coventry City played really well.
Yeah. Where are they on the table?
Yeah, I think second. I think they're second.
Yeah, they're doing well in the championship. But the confidence that was there for a championship club to play a Premier League team.
It's a derby too. It's the Midlands derby.
Yeah.
So they want to go to the Molineux and they want to score. And I got to give Mark Robbins, their coach, some credit. He took over the team in 2017. They were in League 2. Like, they don't own their own stadium. They have to, like, rent it out because I don't know if it's a previous owner or a consortium, like, managed to, like they sold it. The team had to sell it in order to survive.
Oh, wow.
And now they rent it, and the fans were upset. They couldn't get fans to the stadium. And the club was close to either folding or becoming a shell of what it once was, you know, which they were in the Premier League at one point. So this Mark Robbins takes over. And
they're in 8th, by the way. They're in 8th place.
Are they in 8th? My bad.
Yeah.
Leicester City's in 2nd. That's right. That was the other team.
They have an opportunity, obviously, maybe to get to the playoff.
But remember, Coventry lost in the playoffs to Luton last year for promotion.
Right.
So they're squeaking their way back up. But Mark Robbins took over in 2017 League 2. He's got them flying high. He had them within 10 minutes of a Premier League berth. Doing really well. I didn't know this. I mentioned this to Jeff Shreves, and he told the story that Mark Robbins used to play for Manchester United, right? So think about that. They're about to play Manchester United next. He played under Sir Alex Ferguson in those first. Remember, Sir Alex Ferguson took 5 years to like really win anything.
Yeah.
It was the 4th year, and the rumor was that Alex Ferguson was going to get sacked if he kept losing, and there was a game in the FA Cup where they were like, oh, if he loses here, they're going to get rid of him. And Mark Robbins scored to get Manchester United to win that game. He scored a header. United wins that game, and they credit that header and that goal with saving Sir Alex Ferguson's job and then changing the course of history for Manchester United. Think of that storyline. They're about to go play Manchester United.
Okay.
But Manchester United has to go to Coventry City.
Yeah.
Coventry gets the home game. This is going to be huge for them. It was a great game to watch.
Wembley? Isn't the semifinals at Wembley now for the FA Cup?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's at Wembley. It's not,
is it?
Yeah, they all
the semifinals. That's right. I keep forgetting we're in that round already.
So, but Coventry City, I just want to highlight Ellis Sims, who is.
You remember him?
I do remember. He's on loan.
Didn't he play for Everton?
He's on loan from Everton because he couldn't get any minutes. He
and
scored.
When he did, he looked shook.
Well, he missed. I mean, luckily it ended up.
He scored against Chelsea, didn't he? I think he did.
Yes,
last
he did
season.
score.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was like a draw.
Guy,
it was like an important game to the end at that point.
Yeah.
But he ends up it ends up being it would have been offside, but it was like a cross that just ends up at his feet. No goalkeeper in front of him. All he has to do is just tap it straight forward, and he taps it out or something like that. Like he's literally in the 6-yard box. And it was like it felt like, oh, this is gonna be the story for Coventry. But then Ellis Sims ends up getting 2 goals.
Yeah.
And also getting the game-winning assist to Haji Wright. So he had one of the best games of his career.
He's only 23. He looks much older on the pitch.
That's right.
He's only 23. But yeah, I mean, he had a big game. I mean, his rating right now on FarmHub is 9.5. That's a big rating.
Have you seen the trend of Gen Z looking older than millennials? Have you heard about this?
No.
This is apparently this is like a real thing that Gen Z, so people younger than us, we're millennials, look older. So people that in like from 20 to 25 look like they're like 35, 40. And they're crediting it to something, either different levels of like stress that Gen Z are dealing with that millennials didn't. It's hard to figure out exactly what.
Stressful being young, bro.
I could make a suggestion of what it is.
What
I feel like they eat less processed foods, which has less preservatives.
Okay,
so this could be what's preserving us.
Thank you, McDonald's French fries.
Yeah, don't worry. On the inside, we are rotting away. But on the outside, we look better. But you know what it might be? It might be what is causing that the classrooms to have those 2 white walls that they bring out and lock themselves in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It could be that. Because I think millennials didn't have to go through active shooter training in school.
That is true. That is one of the main aspects. Okay.
So when we went to school, we were nervous and we were worried. We had anxiety if our fit was off, if our sneakers were dirty.
Might get roasted.
Oh, we had a big test. Because a pop quiz is better than a pop bang. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, we're figuring it out.
Yeah. We're putting the pieces together. Also, the French fries.
But also, Ellis Sims, great player.
So the FA, dude, how did we get there?
We got there with Ellis Sims looking slightly old.
Yeah, he looks a little bit older. I don't think you can click on his photo.
You just zoom in a little bit. I mean, he does not look. He looks older than 23.
He definitely looks older than 23. He doesn't look 40.
I mean, he looks like he could be my uncle. You know what I mean?
Oye, chico.
But shout out to him, man. So he started from that humiliating miss to being the player of the game. So and then Haji Wright gets that goal.
Similar for Marcus Rashford.
I know, right?
Right? He could have scored at the death of the game, man. He could have won it for Manchester United.
He was saving it for Amad Diallo, bro. He needed to,
bro, let my youngin
he needed that boost in his confidence.
But he also did score. He did score off of that incredible pass.
Let's get obviously that was the bigger game. Chelsea beat Leicester City in a game that Chelsea should have played better. Barely. Chelsea should have played better. But
the championship came through. but let's talk United Liverpool because this is the important.
I was just addressing was it Disasi, the own goal?
Yeah.
Passing it back.
Crazy.
I mean, it's one of the most. It was just such a terrible.
Well, like what happened was you could see the guy that was pressing him shoved him right as he was about to kick it, and then it just like
genius move.
Yeah, it worked. That's
high IQ right there.
This is what you get stuck in. You play. You know, a little aggressive. And
can we also talk about Sterling ripping the ball out of Cole Palmer's hands to take the worst penalty ever, bro?
Well, worst penalty, but worst free kick ever taken. Did you see that too? That was so bad.
Yo, check him for CTE, dog. He didn't even go in the right direction.
Okay, well, Alexis got it real serious, real fast. I'm sure it was just a bad hit, but no, Alexis he's concerned about Raheem Sterling's brain.
Bro, we got Mike looking like a Gen Z, bro, looking older than us. Stressing watching this game.
Watching this team,
a lot of gray matter in his.
Honestly, I think there's just a lot of Gen Z Chelsea fans, and that's why everyone looks so old.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But no, so look, in towards the end of the game, obviously they in stoppage time they ended up winning it. But yeah, it was just a little more concerning than it really needed to be.
Genius though for Pochettino to wait to take him out so that. He didn't just get booed relentlessly.
Yeah. But no, obviously the big game FA Cup was Manchester United, Liverpool, which we didn't even think would be a big game.
No, this literally was like one of the best games I've ever watched.
Yeah,
on
I agree.
TV. It felt like it took 4 hours, and I still didn't want it to end.
This was just beneath Kansas City Current, Portland Thorns. You know what I mean?
That was 5-4, by the way.
5-4. But this game
with a shirtless Patrick Mahomes.
This is a game where everybody on paper you're like, all right, Liverpool got this. Manchester United are not playing well.
I thought they were gonna get dusted at home.
Yeah, bro. But no, first goal from Scott McTominay, which is my man only does. All he does is score, bro.
All he does is score, man.
Okay? All he does is misplace passes and score goals. So,
although he got a good pass this game.
No, he played great. Look, because the criticism, last 2 years, how many Manchester United fans were like, get McFred out of my club, and we don't need it, so he took all
and Maguire. Like waited it out.
And they stuck around. Maguire could have left.
They focused on the output, not the outcome.
Okay,
good advice.
McTominay could have left and stuck around, and you can see how much scoring that goal meant for him and meant for the club. Mm-hmm. But then Liverpool does what Liverpool does. McAllister scores a great goal, deflection. Salah scores a great goal, and then it feels like it's over. And then of all people, Anthony, what?
With the right foot.
With the right foot. I didn't even know he had one.
I forgot he was on the team. This man, obviously that's a joke. Look, you know what I do like about the way he scored? Is he spun. And everyone makes fun of him for that little spin move.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes it works for you.
Because Endo is defending it. And because I think the ball is on his right foot, on Anthony's right foot, he's like, I don't got to worry about a shot here because he's not going to shoot.
He can't do nothing with his left. He ain't going to try with that, right? Everyone was shocked. I think at the end of the day, this was the type of game where you're like, if someone asked me, like, why do you love football so much? Why do you love soccer so much? And you show them this game, they'd be like, I'm all in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. By the end of the game, they're wearing, Liverpool or United clothing. Their face is painted. This is that game. And it was because of that back and forth, man. If once Harvey Elliott scores, I'm like, yo, they're done.
Yeah,
it's done.
In extra time.
And then Scott McTominay cramps while making the pass to Marcus Rashford.
My man
immediately pulls up. He was
stumbling.
2 inches shorter. That's how cramped he was by the end of the game. Bruno was a center back at the end of the game.
Yeah, there was also something with Anthony where Erik ten Hag, there's a clip of Anthony reacting to Erik ten Hag telling him to play left back. Yeah. And he's like, upset or frustrated. He's like, I don't know what to do back there. That's not what I do. I spin with the ball.
But I don't go back there, bro. He was so confused.
Defender, I don't even know her.
I don't go to this school, dog. I had nothing to do with I don't know these dudes. I was just walking with them. It was absolutely they just gutted it out. This was the Manchester United of old without any of the good players. You know what I mean? They just gutted it out. There was the game wasn't going to end until they won. You know what I mean? And it was incredible.
So and yeah, I thought it was going to go to penalties.
And Amad Diallo was like, nah, dog.
It was just look. And
then he takes his shirt off, gets a red, and
I hate that rule.
It's such a dumb rule. Get rid of the taking your shirt off. You know what? At the very least, you shouldn't be able to get a second red for taking your shirt off.
The second yellow, you mean?
Second yellow.
Yeah.
Then you get a third yellow. That's when you get sent off.
2 reds?
Yeah,
damn, bro.
Damn. In a row? I'm out for 6 matches.
All I did was take my shirt off.
Damn.
I mean,
you know what? If someone who looks like me with their shirt off takes their shirt off, I get it.
Got it. Yeah,
This kid's got abs, bro.
Alexis will get the first blue card.
Yeah. They start handing out. Those night. What do they call those? Those things that give you on airplanes. When you
sleep masks.
Yeah, sleep masks. They start handing them out. We're really sorry.
We're really sorry about that. Yeah. I know there's children here.
Let us know if your eyes stop bleeding, and we'll give you a voucher for a free sausage roll.
So a big win, obviously, it spoils the storyline for Jurgen Klopp.
But hold on. FOTMOB confuses me. Dalot got a 6.9. That dude played out of his skin.
Okay. I don't know.
Lindelof, absolutely 6.9.
I mean, you also...
Virgil van Dijk gets 6.2 and deserves it, bro. He was nowhere to be found.
I mean, look, you're also... if you're a defender and give up 3 goals, I mean, I could see why the rating would be where it is. That's the only...
But there's 2 other ones with 7.0.
I mean, it's only what point. You're frustrated that it's a different color.
Yeah, it should be green. It should be green.
The low is orange, and Wan-Bissaka is green, but it's only 6.9 or 7.0.
Also, Garnacho might be Garnacho and Fernandez might be the ugliest pair. And throw Hoyland in there.
Alexis,
come on, man.
Look at these 3 gentlemen right here.
Why this isn't necessary. We don't need to do this. All right,
look, but all great players.
These are just these are the FOTMOB photos. All right,
No.
They can't always crush it.
Look at Garnacho. Thank you.
Maybe he has the haircut they call the Edgar. Have you heard of this? This is like this
the
is
other Caesar.
this is like the like Mexican teenagers or like Central American teenagers have this haircut, this bowl cut. They call it like the Edgar for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but I've met dudes named Edgar with this haircut, and it's not a great haircut.
It's not a great haircut.
It's not a haircut. Michael Richards needs to be criticizing Garnacho's haircut.
Ask him what barber he goes to.
Okay. So look.
But dude, I mean, as ugly as these 3 guys are, they play very well. Other than Hoyland. Other than Hoyland.
This is mean.
Hoyland, I don't think had a great game, obviously, but dude, just incredible to gut this out. And Fernandez could barely move. Bruno could barely move, and he was on that back line doing whatever he could for them to win. I think we've said this 3 or 4 times so far this season, but this might be the game that gets them to kind of turn around their season a little, because where are they in the table? They're in 6th, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see where they are. I don't know.
It's like 5th or 6th or something around.
Yeah, I think they're just out
they're
of
in 6 right now.
European contention, maybe. Yeah.
So they're just out of it, unless Premier League gets the
FA Cup.
The coefficient. If they get, they might get a 5th Champions League spot.
Also, if the winner of the FA Cup is in the top 4 already, then that spot moves down to 6th.
Yeah. All right.
So we could be in a place where 8th gets into conference is now Carabao.
7th, yeah.
Conference is not Carabao.
But if Liverpool gets top 4, which they probably will, then the Carabao goes down to 7th.
Right.
Or your Conference League goes down to 7th.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, look, more than anything, Manchester United winning this game is, especially against Liverpool, it's really just against a heated rival. I think it will, look, it's just like you mentioned about Sir Alex Ferguson getting to extend his career because of that victory in the FA Cup. This could do a lot for Eric Ten Hag, especially if they can end up winning a trophy, which would be still very difficult. You would imagine they should get through Coventry City.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How good everyone feels right now.
Yeah.
And look, I do think Manchester United is a team that is better than the way they've been playing.
Yeah,
I do think Eric Ten Hag is doing an acceptable job so far. Maybe not the job you want if you're a Manchester United fan, but if they lose to Coventry City, that positivity comes crumbling way down.
It's much worse than winning against Liverpool. You know what I mean?
This is the first bread in the Poo-Poo Panini.
But look, you gave us the moment gave us what the question from the reporter was basically
something
towards the end of the game about intensity. And towards the end of the game, like, where'd the intensity go? And then he said, he basically said, like, it looks like you're not.
No, he said it's a bad question.
Yeah.
He told him it was a bad question, and you know that. He was, like, annoyed that he asked that because he's like, you know that's a bad question, and you're not in pretty good shape either. You're not in good shape yourself.
Which is, not a great not a great response from a
And I took that personally.
Alexis was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, damn, bro.
I'm the ambassador for people out of shape.
Right? What did Thierry text you? Did I tell you to say that?
So in addition to the FA Cup craziness, we had some craziness over here in MLS and NWSL. We've had a long show already, so we're just going to do some quick woes and uh-ohs.
Whoa!
One for each.
Uh-huh.
One for each league. Oh, God. What do you got? The voice modulator?
Uh-oh.
There we go. So we got woes and uh-ohs from MLS and NWSL. Christian, what do you got first? You go your woe first, and then we'll do Alexis.
The woe has to be the entire Chicago Fire organization because this was the game against Montreal.
Oh, so not the wind.
Not the wind.
Not the wind.
The wind helped the Windy City this weekend because the wind helped in the goal, and if you haven't seen it, the Kellen Acosta goal, and we're gonna play it in just a second. But to be down 3-1 in like the 80th minute and end up winning 4-3 is impressive, and again for a very a team that has struggled the last several years in the Chicago Fire, super impressive. But yes, this goal from Kellen Acosta.
It was so crazy.
Is insane.
This angle does it no justice, by the way.
Right. There was another angle that we were going to play.
But the dude deleted it.
The dude deleted it.
He's upset about it.
I don't know why.
I don't know what happened.
but let's just take a look at it because obviously the red card from Montreal, Montreal Impact, CF Montreal. And they, but this was quite impactful. Kellen Acosta blast the goal. He blast the ball in just trying to, like, maybe somebody will get on the end of it.
If there was no wind, this hits the touchline on
Look
the
at
right-hand side.
The wind is pushing at their jerseys. Their jerseys are fluttering. It looks like they're doing a photo shoot. You know what I mean? They need long hair as they have the hair blowing in this wind.
A lot of hair talk in this show. Yeah, this was a, if you see the angle from behind from the other goal, this immediately, like, skirt to the left.
It is.
If you're the goalkeeper, and dude, we were cooking the goalkeeper on Morning Footy, and I'm like, you guys got to see the other angle. I'm not saying this is good goalkeeping, but bro, I don't think any of y'all would have stopped this.
There's no way he would expect the ball to keep turning like this. He doesn't know the distance. He can't necessarily tell what trajectory it's on.
It takes a sharp left.
So this is just a huge moment at Soldier Field. So this is my woe in Major League Soccer. This was super cool. Happy for Kellen Acosta. Happy for the Chicago Fire fans as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Alexis, your woe from NWSL.
My woe from NWSL gotta be the absolutely amazing atmosphere at Kansas City Current's new stadium.
Yes, I 100% agree. I mean, not only the atmosphere, but the game itself.
Yeah.
No, the game was insane. 5-4.
Especially, I'm sure this is a lot of people's first ever soccer game, right?
Yeah.
Going to a new stadium, they want to see what all the fanfare is about.
I know. I don't like this sport. They don't score a lot. And you come out of there, your face is blown back like you were in Chicago.
It is just 9 goals. 2 goals from Sophia Smith for the Thorns, Janine Becky as well, and then for also 5 goals. I believe it was 5 different goal scorers for Kansas City.
Absolutely crazy.
So,
but this was, I mean, the atmosphere itself. If you are a casual fan and you walked into the stadium, if you are a casual fan and you happen to watch, you are probably going to figure out a way to get to this game the next time it happens in your city, because this is the atmosphere NWSL deserves. This was absolutely incredible. And I asked Sandra, who we've had on the show before, I've asked her, do you think this was a turning point? She was like, look, there's been a lot of turning points. I'm paraphrasing what she said, but watching this, it certainly felt like, oh, this is what people have been waiting for almost their whole lives.
I agree. I mean, this is a turning point in women's soccer, and I think a lot of people, and specifically NWSL, but a lot of people have been kind of pointing how this is a milestone in American soccer and in women's soccer, and so I don't know. We're I think coming up on a men's World Cup and in the U.S., Canada, Mexico. I think this is a moment of like, okay, are we on the precipice of something really big happening in American soccer. So I'll go with my
NWSL.
in NWSL. Obviously we're talking about the highs of opening this new stadium and this great game.
And you're gonna pop that balloon.
And we have to address that the concerns about finding how to watch the matches. This has been a little bit of an issue. Obviously, NWSL has a deal with Amazon Prime. They have games on ESPN. They have games on ION TV, NWSL Plus. And this was the first weekend of NWSL, and it was a little bit confusing. Some people could find the app on one device and not the other. Some people could find the game on the website, but they couldn't cast it to their TVs. Stuff like that. So there has to be a little bit more of an explainer, because even for me, and I'm inundated. I have all the apps. I have all the devices.
You and I are tech heavy. We're ready to go.
Okay, I have my masters in finding soccer matches.
Yeah.
And
you've done your 10,000 hours.
Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble figuring out like where NWSL Plus is on out. I can find it on Apple TV, but I couldn't find it on the App Store on my phone.
Right.
Stuff like that. So that's where I think they have to just do the rudimentary work of explaining, like, maybe once a week. You're like, hey, this is how you watch the games. Explainers.
Or there should just be a link on NWSL's website for each game.
Right, yeah.
That opens that app.
It definitely shows you on the NWSL website where the game is being broadcast, but it doesn't say, like, you can get NWSL Plus on your phone, on your Apple TV, but not your phone, or not on Google or Roku. That's what they just got to. The IT department got to come. Look, I worked in IT for years.
This is
I know how to. I do end user work.
Right.
I help desk. You need
You got PTSD from saying turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay, so that's what I highly recommend of just explaining to
And
the
by the
audience.
way, we get frustrated too. I mean, NBC, CBS, Paramount Plus, all this stuff. It frustrates us all because you don't think about it until you go to turn the game on. You're like, oh, the way I used to do it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And then you have to remember to do it. And my for MLS in particular might be for me actually, because I thought Montreal was going to be bad this year, and oh my God. Every assistant that Wilfred Nancy has ever had, hire him. Hire him right now. Because Montreal looked good. I know they lost in this game, but they actually look like a good team.
Right, yeah.
And Wilfred Nancy's team in Columbus, I said at the beginning of the season, I don't think they're going to take a step back. Nancy ball feels to me like one of those styles where you can plug and play players. Obviously, they have to be of a certain quality, and they have to be read up and understand the system and be willing to play it and understand where they have to commit and when they have to press and not. So there's a lot to it. It's not very simple, but it's not dependent on one or two stars.
Right.
It's dependent upon, other than maybe someone of like Darlington Nagby's ilk of never losing the ball. You know what I mean? And understanding where to make the pass. But it's not dependent on stars. It's dependent on the system. And I know people get upset when they go, oh, football back in the day was you had these superstars with incredible skill and they showed you in every game, and now you just have to be an athlete. And I think what they're missing is that now there are systems in place. And CF Montreal is starting the process of putting that together, especially for Kokaro, who, had some real wild misses at the beginning of the season. He's starting to piece it together, man. This is
2 goals.
I know they lost 4-3, but this could be one really, really exciting team.
Did you see the clip of after they won against Inter Miami? And I guess Kokara, is he from Uruguay?
No, isn't he Paraguayan? Oh, he is Uruguay.
He is from Uruguay. He got Luis Suarez's jersey after the game, and he was talking about it, and it was so wholesome. He was just like this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received in my life. Like, you could just tell how much he reveres Luis Suarez, and it was I had the clip ready, but it was genuinely so sweet.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
He was just so happy about it. So that was really, really dope. So all right, just real quick, I went to the Challenge Cup match.
I like the new setup now, where it's the winner of the Shield and the winner of the NWSL.
It was a fun game. Obviously, Gotham lost at home. It was a bummer.
But they're stars.
Alex Morgan scored the game's only goal, and also it was packed. A lot of people. And also, when Alex Morgan came into the game and when she scored the goal, crowd went. I mean, it's just like we understand the stardom about some of the U.S. Women's National Team players in particular, and Gotham is stacked with a bunch of U.S. Women's National Team players.
I think Gotham's the most talented team in the league.
Yeah, and this is where they didn't end up getting the win, but seeing Roosevelt didn't play in the game.
Yeah, she's still healing.
All the other players did, and but I just really want to focus real quick on the center back pairing of Tierna Davidson and Maitan.
Oh my God!
I honestly think they might end up being the best duo center back pairing in the league. Both incredible players, great on the ball, great defenders. And again, then losing on a set piece, and it is what it is. But overall, throughout the game, two teams very, very evenly matched, and I wouldn't be shocked if they end up, playing in the playoffs or something like that. So
yeah, no, of course,
entertaining game to say the least. And we also went to the NYCFC game. So congrats, NYCFC finally.
It's because we were there, bro.
Getting their first win. Kevin O'Toole getting the game-winning goal. First goal of his MLS career.
Absolutely, man.
So that was fun as well. Shout out to everybody who saw us. A lot of people said hello. People stopped me for photos.
It was great.
Our photo is in
I got to finally
see
it.
To see it. Our photo's in the team store. So if you're in Yankee Stadium, I've already started getting pictures of Joey Dardano gave us the middle finger and taking photos and stuff like that. So that was fun. That was cute.
Thanks.
Send us photos of you at the NYCFC team.
Flipping us the bird.
or any other gesture. Do something fun. Give us a kiss on the cheek. Try something different.
Kiss my face on the mouth. The photo, not me.
People are gonna kiss you in person. And be like, I thought it was a wax figure.
Yeah, my bad. My bad, Madame Tussauds.
So thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh, thank you so much. We got some mail. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back on Thursday. We got
very exciting guest.
Very exciting guest. Can we say? We shouldn't say just in case.
Yeah, we won't say just in case.
You never know these days.
You never know. Yeah.
But we got a huge guest that when you watch the show, you're gonna be like, how'd they get this guy? Why is this guy on the show?
Wait a minute. Is this the same one that I know of from blank?
You're gonna do that. So that will be very, very fun. So tune in on Thursday. As always, make sure you subscribe on all socials at Soccer Cooligans and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button wherever the hell.
I think it's right here.
Right here. Okay. Touch that button. Right? You know you want to. Okay, don't zoom in on Alexis' finger right there. All right, so
actually, you could do it if you really.
That's too much. Okay, what is this? Sex ed?
Yeah, just subscribe once, guys. Not too much.
All right, we'll see you on Thursday, everybody. Peace.
Love you guys.